rebellion against an established and internationally recognized Republic of Zambia. The Mbunda royal establishment has argued that the Barotseland Agreement of 1964 cannot be reclaimed and restored as it is contrary to the law that establishes Zambia as a republic which does not provide for the operation of a state within a state. The Mbunda Royal Council District Secretary, Mr. Nyumbu, has since pledged full support towards President Hakainde Hichilema following his pronouncement that Zambia is a unitary state and there is no such country called Barotseland. Mr. Nyumbu has said in a statement that this is because thorough scrutiny of the most modern world map has failed to yield the result of any location of a country or territory called Barotseland. In addition, Mr. Nyumbu says Barotseland cannot function as a kingdom because a kingdom is established by the existence of only one ethnic grouping, unlike Western Province, which is inhabited by multiple indigenous ethnic groups, among them Mbunda, which is the largest single language group in population size. Mr. Nyumbu says the Mbunda speaking people are neither part of the commotion surrounding the fictitious existence of the state of Barotseland, nor are they available for any rebellious actions in support of the quest for Barotseland. As the country continues intensifying anti-cholera measures, the cholera death toll is now nearing 500, while new cases are getting closer to 13,000 since October 2023. This is after the country recorded 18 deaths and 449 new cases in the last 24 hours. From the 18 deaths recorded, one has been categorized as a facility death, while 17 are community deaths. 1,894 cholera patients are in admission, while 419 have been discharged in the last 24 hours. This is according to the latest National Daily Cholera Update made available to 5FM News by the Zambia National Public Health Institute. Meanwhile, the government of the Federal Republic of Germany, through KfW Development Bank, has announced that it has allocated 14.3 million kwacha to support the Zambian government to swiftly respond to the current cholera outbreak in the country. The Germany embassy has said in a statement that the funding was allocated through UNICEF in implementing crucial interventions to curb the ongoing crisis. The embassy says this emergency funding is designated for water, sanitation, and hygiene WASH initiatives focusing on the epicenter of the outbreak in Lusaka province. It says the financial support will cover the procurement of chemicals for water treatment at collection points, distribution of critical hygiene supplies, and reinforcement of intensified water quality monitoring and hygiene sensitization efforts. The embassy has explained that the targeted beneficiaries are approximately 200,000 individuals residing in Lusaka's cholera hotspots. It has assured that the German government and its cooperating partners remain committed to closely monitoring the situation in coordination with the Zambian government and supporting urgent measures to mitigate the impact of the cholera outbreak. Governance expert and human rights advocate Wesley Mianda has backed President Hakainde Hichilema's directive to the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security to review the gun licensing law following the escalating gun violence and misuse by the general public. Mr. Mianda says it is indeed saddening and dangerous to note that several incidents of gunshots have been witnessed where people have lost lives due to misuse of firearms which people are keeping in their homes. He notes that some of the guns are not even licensed by the council. The head of state yesterday at the funeral of the retired Lieutenant General Shikapwasha directed the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security to review the laws surrounding access to and gun licensing to help protect Zambians in homes and public places.
Nonetheless, it is very unfortunate that most of the time we only come to realize about certain dangers when disasters have already happened and people's lives are already lost. Honestly speaking, it should take the Republican president himself to issue a directive over the incidents of gun misuse when we have the police service and other security wings in the country who are supposed to foresee these things and take punitive measures proactively to ensure guns are not found in wrong hands. The truth of the matter here is that the president's directive to review the gun licensing law has been prompted by the death of Lieutenant General Shikapwasha's death.
Minister of Defense Ambrose Lufuma has congratulated the president and the government of Uganda for assuming the chairmanship of the non-allied movement. Speaking on behalf of President Hakainde Hichilema at the 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit, the minister underscored the importance of unity and stressed the need for collective efforts to prioritize peace and security, inclusive economic growth, and poverty eradication. He stated that by fostering a culture of cooperation, new opportunities could be unlocked that would benefit the two countries and elevate the well-being of their respective citizens. The minister implored all the members of the movement to actively engage in promoting peace, security, and stability across all regions. The non-aligned movement admitted South Sudan as its latest member, bringing the total membership of movement to 121 member states. This is contained in a statement issued to 5FM News by the Permanent Mission of the Republic of Zambia to the United Nations. Ruling UPND Serenje District Chairperson Benson Njovu says the UPND administration has done wonders in Muchinda Chiefdom, Serenje District of Central Province. This came to light in Serenje when Senior Chief Muchinda Kankomba Welala III handed over a hammer mill, milling mill, blankets, sugar, and cooking oil to over 150 aged people and those with disabilities. Mr. Njovu said 6 out of the 10 projects have been completed and handed over for use. The UPND Serenje district boss said government is building a hospital in Muchinda Ward as well as a health post at Lupia in the chiefdom. He said government will soon complete works on Luombwa River in readiness for commissioning.
CDF ile wombera kwa Muchinda Ward Tulekula Hospital ni muchalo chawa Muchinda natukwata part of mirenje yaba muri wa Muchinda mukwa CDF ile bomba natukwata kwa rupia kurupia Tulekula Health Post mukwa ifingisi twalipwisha mubwipi kutinatira ati muchalo chawa Muchinda natukwatama projects ayali 10 apapa ayali 10 almost ayali 6 twalipwisha kale nokuita handover twali chitamu kwaye.
Another story is trending this evening. The Energy Regulation Board, ERB, has fined 8 energy companies a total of 408,000 kwacha for their failure to comply with prescribed license conditions as mandated by the provisions outlined in the Energy Regulation Act. Socialist Party leader Fred Membe has wondered why the UPND, which claims to be a popular ruling party, is displaying acts of desperation to win the Mayembe ward by-election in Shuangandu, slated for Tuesday, 23rd January 2024. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The government has launched the Project Management Association of Zambia Liaison Desk in the Ministry of Finance and National Planning. Speaking during the launch, Ministry of Finance Acting Permanent Secretary of Planning and Administration, Louis Mulube, says the partnership with association aims at capacity building in project management skills, development of national standards for the profession of project management, and accreditation, among others. Ms. Mulube says project management is critical for enhancing budget credibility, financial accountability, risk management, timely delivery of projects, and better delivery of services to the general public.
In order to transform the economy and to create jobs, the nation will need to implement capital-intensive projects in sectors such as infrastructure, agriculture, manufacturing, mining, and tourism. Therefore, the role of PIMAS of promoting project management skills, capacity building in project development, structuring, appraisal, and implementation has been the missing link in supporting national development.
And Project Management Association of Zambia President Shadrack Saili says a pressing public demand for efficient delivery of national projects, coupled with the decentralization of resources in two constituencies through the enhanced Constituency Development Fund allocations, underscores the need for widespread capacity building in project management.
Pressing public demand for efficient delivery of national projects, coupled with the decentralization of resources into constituencies through enhanced Constituent Development Fund allocations, underscores the need for widespread capacity building in project management practices. Ladies and gentlemen, as PIMAS, we have no doubt that project management profession in Zambia has now reached maturity stage to warrant an improved legal framework.
That ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
And now in foreign news, houses have collapsed and roads and bridges have been destroyed after heavy rains pounded Tanzania's coastal capital of Dar es Salaam for 2 days. A woman was swept away in the floods while a child was missing, local radio quoted relatives are saying. The destruction was most severe in neighborhoods built along rivers that led into the Indian Ocean. With roads unpassable, some school children and workers were forced to stay at home on Monday. Here's a roundup from the BBC.
The inauguration ceremony of Liberia's new president, Joseph Boakai, has been cut short after he appeared to almost pass out from heat exhaustion during his speech. 79-year-old Mr. Boakai had been delivering his address for around 30 minutes when it became clear he was having difficulty talking. Earlier, the new president said dignity in public service and respect for the rule of law must be restored. Spanish police say they've arrested a Pakistani man over the killings of 3 elderly siblings who had reportedly fallen into debt because of an online romance scam. Police found the 3 partially burnt bodies in their home near Madrid. Local residents told Spanish media the 2 sisters had embarked on what they thought was a long-distance relationship with 2 US servicemen. They were tricked into sending one a huge sum of money. The International Organization for Migration says more than 500,000 Afghans have left Pakistan in the past 4 months since Islamabad ordered those without valid documents to leave or face arrest.
And finally, in sports news, Chipolopolo coach Avram Grant says his side will not fear 2022 World Cup semi-finalist Morocco when the two sides clash on Wednesday in a must-win Group F AFCON match. Speaking at the post-match press conference after 10 men Zambia came from behind to draw with Tanzania, Grant said Morocco was a better team on paper than the Chipolopolo. Grant said his side will give everything in once the match built for the Laurent Poker Stadium. The Chipolopolo boss held his side's gallant show after going a man down in the first half of Roderick Kabwe given matching orders by Benin's referee Jindo Luis Hangnandande. Zambia lies third in Group F with 2 points from while Morocco tops the pack with 4 points, with DR Congo in second place with same points with the Chipolo Polo. The top 2 teams in each group qualified to the round of 16, while 4 more places will be available for third-placed teams across the 6 groups. And now the weather report brought to you by Classic On.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
The intertropical convergence zone is oscillating about the central and northern parts of Zambia, resulting into rainfall activities over the northern and eastern parts of the country, leaving the rest parts with isolated rains. Copperbelt, Central, Luapula, Northern, Muchinga, and Eastern provinces are mainly cloudy, windy at times, and mild with rains. Northwestern, Western, Southern, and Lusaka provinces have few clouds, windy at times, and mild. That ends the weather report.
Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ Roofing, plot 17100 off Katanga Road, 150 meters from Mumbwa Road, Chinika Industrial Area, Lusaka. Class Econ Roofing. Class plus economy. Class Econ. Class Econ Roofing Africa. Class Econ.
And that weather update brings us to the end of the news this evening. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Mbunda Royal Establishment denounces claims of Barotse land restoration as instigation of rebellion. Cholera death toll approaching 500 with nearly 13,000 cases. Floods cause devastation in Tanzania's main city. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the Happy Word of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. I'm Judith Mwabe. Good evening.